Tyron, what do you feel like you learned about Steven the first time around?
I was already prepared for Steven the first time. I never underestimate an opponent. I never take anybody lightly. I went in there prepared for, what he was in other fights. This time around, I think I just more prepared for the same thing. You can make adjustments within fights, but I just don't think he's going to be able to make the wrestling adjustment, the grappling adjustment, the power adjustment, the timing adjustment, and the spacing adjustment. Those things that I can change in the fight just because my entire career I molded it on being a complete fighter. So I do think he's going to be a little bit more aggressive. I think he's going to try to showcase a little bit more of his striking abilities, but I don't think he's going to grab any new rabbits out of the hat.
I think we were all shocked that your wrestling didn't play more of a factor in the first fight. Was that a conscious decision, or was it just the feel of the fight?
It's kind of weird that a striker get outstruck by a wrestler, and he's supposed to be the most creative striker in the division. So I'm just going to go out there and whatever opportunities I see. Like I said before, I'm well-rounded. I can wrestle, I can grapple, I can punch, I can knock guys out, and I can also go through those hard, gritty fights. So I'm just going to look for what he gives me, and I'll take it.
He says he wants to be more creative, but do you think that's to his detriment in this fight, that it's going to play more?
I think I'm out to say anything. He's saying a lot of stuff, but I'm all about that action, so we'll see where we get knocked down on Saturday.
I was shocked today to look at the odds. You're still the underdog after all of that has happened throughout the past few months. The first fight, you're still
being an underdog doesn't change anything. You still got to go out there and fight. I've been an underdog. I don't remember the last time I was a favorite. So
I guess my
I
question
haven't
is,
lost his word.
My question is, what do you think it's going to take for people to give you that respect?
I didn't really get into this sport for people to worship me and people to, bow at my feet. I got in this sport to be the best in the world. Right now, I'm one of the best. When I retire from fighting, I want to be pound for pound the greatest welterweight that's ever fought an octagon. And my goal is to keep knocking off guys one by one and get to that point.
And you said to get to that point, you want to go through GSP, Damian Maia.
Don't ask me about GSP. Nobody asked me about GSP and Bisbee. That shit happened to me when I was fighting Rory the first time. They was talking about Matt Brown, Robbie Lawler. My focus left that fight. I didn't show up to work that week. So if you ask me that question, I apologize, but I will not answer. Wonder Boy is a tough opponent. He deserved my respect. He deserved my attention. That's the fight I signed for. That's the fight I'm doing this weekend. So unfortunately, I will not answer any questions on GSP and Michael Bisbee.
How bad do you want to put this Wonder Boy chapter behind you? It's like you've kind of been around for like basically the last year.
Definitely, it's a chapter that I wanted to close. Obviously, it's a lot of, you see the sport. The sport's crazy. Guys start mixing up weight divisions, the super fights. So for you not to put your name in the hat for some of those fights is silly. But I knew at one point I was going to have to fight him, and I would have to close that chapter. So I'm excited that this weekend I'm in the best shape, man. My coaches would tell you I was ready to fight last week. So this week, man, I don't have any fear, any anxiety. I have nothing to hold back. I can do whatever I want to in the octagon. I know I got the conditioning. I know I got the mindset to fight through. And that's I haven't felt that way in a long time where I can just go out there and just do whatever the hell I want to do.
How does it bother you the fact that you felt that you done contagious? Basically, like you got him by a chance, not that you wanted him?
No, I think he needs to realize he's blessed and lucky he's getting this fight. A different scoring card or different judges, he would have lost the fight and he better work 2 or 3 more fights to get back in here. So I think he needs to realize it's a great opportunity for him. Focus more on going out there and trying to defeat me this time, less on why we're fighting.
How have you grown as a fighter since the first fight?
I've grown as a fighter, my coaches have just really incorporated a lot of volume in my striking, a lot of volume in all my attacks, a lot of pressure, a lot of closing of the distance, just really mixing everything together. I've always had the tools, and the thing about me, I'm great to coach because I listen. I don't think I know everything. And my coaches have just added a few more wrinkles to my game, and I think those things are going to make the difference in the fight Saturday.
Does it come down to just refining what you do well?
I don't think it comes down to refining what I do well. It's when to do it, when to go for the takedown. Everybody's like, hey man, why you didn't take him down more? I'm a wrestler of a high percentage. When I shoot, I score it. I don't shoot a takedown. Very few times I actually attack the leg to get you on the ground, and I don't take him down. So with that said, maybe I didn't see the opening. Maybe I was, hey, if I go in there, maybe the uppercut or the knee's available. So for me, creating those openings be the difference maker.
I know you've had concerns in the past about promotion and how the organization got behind you, but now, main event, title fight, now you've kind of gone through it. Do you feel better about it?
You said it with a straight face? Let's be real here. Everybody want to be real. Let's be real here. Look at the promotion. Was this promoted towards the champion? Was this promoted towards the challenger? You got to be real. Go back and look at it. Listen to the music. Give me your best shot. Every significant strike that was landed by my opponent miraculously made a highlight. And I knocked him down 4 times in 1 round. Had him in submission trouble twice in 1 round. and completely annihilate him in the opening round. So I just think that at the end of the day, you got to go out there and fight and win. No matter what I say now, no matter what I say I'm going to do, no matter how the promotion went for the fight, I still got to go and fight, and that's all I'm focused on.
What did it mean for you to watch your son win the state title this past weekend?
Man, it meant everything. I missed the entire season, and Wonder Boy, I put that on his tab. I didn't get to watch my sons wrestle. I was in training camp the entire time. I made the last music the entire season, and my boys were doing a great job without me. My little league coached him. I put him out of retirement, and it just hurt me to have to watch practice through a camera. I got cameras in my gym where I can watch the practice. I had to see the videos of the matches after the fact, and I wasn't able to be there today, especially in the sport of wrestling where I can, if they were doing golf or something else, I can't really contribute much. But wrestling, I can contribute quite a bit, and I didn't have a chance to do that, so now I'm putting it all in perspective. So when I go out there Saturday, it's a price to be paid.
Were you surprised that the UFC booked Damian Maia in a fight who a lot of people think should fight the winner of this, about 4 days before this event is happening?
Part of me wants to feel bad and have compassion for Damian Maia. The other part of me is I've been in 4 #1 contendership fights. If Carlos kind of had beat me, he would have immediately fought for a title shot. Rory McDonald beat me, he fought for a title shot. If Kelvin Gastelum would have beat me, they would have said he was going to fight for a title shot. So I've been in that position enough to know that he has to do something different himself. Unfortunately, the sport of mixed martial arts is turned to where the fans want to see you get knocked the hell out and cut open and in these wars. They don't respect his art. He's one of the best grapplers in the UFC right now, and they don't respect his art that he brings to the table. That's not my job to go and promote him. I have a hard enough time promoting myself. And by the way, make sure you guys go out and check out the new episode of Champ Camp this week. It will bust you upside the head because now you're going to get the real promotion. You're going to see what really happened and what this fight is all about. So make sure you subscribe on YouTube and check that out.
When you say they don't respect Damian's art, do you mean what they do? You mean the UFC or the fans, or just kind of a combination of?
I mean, the fans are really a little bit more in control than what they realize. If they want to see a fight, there's a chance that that fight will happen. If they have shown in pay-per-view buys and attendance and views and whatever, in social media posts, that they don't really respect the grappler. We saw the same thing in Jake Shields. Jake Shields has victories over me, victories over Dan Henderson, Robbie Lawler. I mean, the list goes on, Carlos Condit. And he's a guy that people just didn't like his style and want to watch. It's mixed martial arts. No one says, hey man, this guy's striking too much. Why don't Stephen Wonderboy go for a takedown? Why don't he go for a submission? Why does he do a clinch against a cage? No, they want to see the striking. They want to see the creative spinning kicks and attacks, and that's what our society wants to see. So unfortunately for those guys, they didn't take the time to really perfect their striking. If I would have did the same thing, I would have just been a wrestler. But I perfected my striking to the point where my wrestling's really in the back pocket.
Wonder Boy has dealt with this by saying that he's been oblivious to the disrespect to you and everything else. Do you think a lot of people are really playing a blind eye to how the things are going in the UFC and how you're being promoted?
Wonder Boy himself hasn't personally said anything towards me that was negative, anything that you can put in the category as him, being racist of any sort. So none of the things I said was towards him at all. But people that don't have to experience certain things, they become oblivious to it. I said this earlier, if I've never consumed the pineapple and somebody tells me how delicious the pineapple is, I might be like, yeah, pineapple's not good. Oh my God, I've never seen a pineapple before. It doesn't exist because I've never consumed it. But the person that has, they might have a different situation or a different feeling. If you never experience racism, if you never experience discrimination, if you don't know what happens behind the scenes, and you don't see my feed on social media, and therefore you just don't recognize those things exist. It's not his fault. He doesn't have to go into defense for his fans. But they're out there, and if we as a society want to sit back and act like it don't happen, then we're in for a rude awakening.
With Robbie Lawler, after you fight, you said you dealt with a fair share of racism. Has it been worse now that you've been a little bit more outspoken on ESPN and bigger platforms?
I haven't read a lot of the stuff. From what I'm hearing, it's not been better for me. But at the end of the day, I say things because they're real. I don't say them just to spark a buzz. I really say them to get a solution to the problem. I can spend a whole scrum itself talking about the sport and where I think it should be. And it's not about race, guys. It's about being fair. Whether it's Amanda Nunes not getting the respect she deserves. She's not an African-American male, but her fight was promoted all around her opponent. Even this matchup. Just think about the person that might not be the flashy dresser, might not be the person that's going to talk the crowd. They might not even speak fluent English enough where they can be marketed internationally. Is that really their fault? Are we in a sports field? Like, this sport was built on, if you can kick this person's ass and make it look good, you should be fighting the top guys. And we've kind of shifted away from that, but I just trying to find a way to do it all. Kick the butt, look good doing it, speak well after I do it, and be well-rounded enough to make the fans want to watch me fight, even if they want to see me lose. Everybody good? Yep. Cool. Thank you guys. Appreciate it.